And we are live. Greetings and salutations, Focus Up family. Welcome to the April 15, 2023 episode of the Focus Up Show. This is the Better Have Paid Your Taxes Focus Up Show. And we thank you for tuning in with us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms and catching up with us on replay. And ask that you click that like, subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focus Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy. Nice is in the word Saint spelled backwards, and my co-hosts are the lovely First Lady J and the infamous El Poo. We're down the Johnson brothers today, so Walk and Brother Floyd X, have a family matter to attend to, and we support our brothers who are here in spirit. But how are you doing this Saturday morning, First Lady J?
I'm great, thank you. I hope you fellas are well.
El Poo, what to do, bro?
What's going on, bro? Blessed and happy to be here as always.
So let's get all into it. So we're gonna see what's going on in the news this week. So our first in the news issue is waiting for it to be pulled up. Is the bank shooter in Louisville? Now I apologize, I don't have all the details about this. What I do know is that a person, a male, had some type of a breakdown episode. He acquired weaponry probably within a week and end up going into a bank and shooting up some people. And the fact of the matter is, his mother found his note that it was probably a suicide note, and she called 911. She tried to do something. This was a situation where I talk about, if you see those signs, you need to step up and do something about it. This was an attempt to do that, and sadly, 6 people died. But to me, this is a prime example why you should have to wait to get a gun, because out here it takes you about 30 days to get a gun, and if you're having some type of breakdown or some type of mental situation, 30 days might be just enough for you to weather the storm. So that's kind of my position. Anybody got any take on that or anything to offer on this particular item?
Well, let me say this.
My condolences.
Go ahead, First Lady, if you got something. Go ahead.
I just want to say my condolences to the families.
Always.
Use my voice.
Yes, ma'am. I was getting ready to say, every time they talk about, these types of mass shootings and everything, they talk about gun control. And then you got people that pivot to the fact of, mental illness. But I'm going to tell you like this. Everybody that shoots up the place probably doesn't have really like a mental condition that you can just say, oh, okay, he doesn't need a gun. I mean, you got people that just flip out one day and just say, I'm just finna shoot up everything because I just feel like it. That might not be a mental thing. And how can you evaluate somebody and say this person can have a gun and this person cannot have a gun? I mean, how can you really evaluate that?
Well, my thing is this. If you see that a person is really depressed and really, there's certain signs where a person is going to like a dark place. Now, I don't think that it's always, it's not going to always be discernible by the people around that person. I understand that. And like you say, there's some people that are going to spur of the moment, just kind of flip, and that's how that's just going to play out. There's really no way to anticipate that or to deal with that. But I mean, if a person is not demonstrating the strength, the discipline, the concern, the compassion that you need, and they have access to high power weaponry. I mean, these are things that those type of people don't need. That's my problem. So
yeah, I got you on that. But what if you already have access to the stuff and you just start feeling depressed or going through it?
If you're in that place and you feel like you're the person that's possibly having that, there's no shame in you giving up your weapons to someone else, especially if you think that you're a potential threat for this. But I'm saying if you're a family member, if you're a brother, if you're a father, if you're a mother, if you see this family member, nuclear family member with these type of traits, I mean, you might want to sneak and grab that gun or do something like that. I mean, it's just, if you have the means to interact and do something about this, you probably should. That's fundamentally my position on this stuff. I think a lot of stuff can be prevented.
I agree with that. But also remember this too.
Agreed.
If you come to try to get my gun, you might be met with some resistance.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about it. And that's really a lot of their take. They're saying that, look, once you establish protocols for taking away a person's gun, well, what if they do it unrighteously? What if it's just strictly just government overreach type thing? And that's their concern. And my point is that you're concerned about the less likely extreme, because it's far less likely for the government to just go completely rogue, taking your stuff, as it is for someone to just randomly go shooting up somebody, evidenced by the fact that we're having so many of these and very little coups. I mean, we did have that January 6th coup, but that's really not been the temperature of what's been going on. What's really been going on is individuals that are legally, this is the thing that's killing me. It's not like they're going to the black market and doing these things. They're going through the proper legal steps and getting these guns within a week or so, and then going out and doing these mass shootings. And that's why I'm saying that, look, everybody should have access to these guns, but you should have to go through some hoops. You cool out, chill out, do something. Let cooler heads prevail, something, But
it shouldn't be as easy as it is to have access. I agree with that. I believe something needs to be done instead of just talking about it and blaming something else. If you don't do anything, you're going to just keep having these events happen. So something has to be done. Just talking about it and doing nothing is not going to do anything. It just is where it is. So it's going to continue. And then
the definition of an insanity, doing the same thing and thinking something else is going to happen. So yeah, I mean, and I these politicians, I really believe that they're just playing this game. They understand that, look, if I want these people, if I want this support, I have to cater to this, but they're still human beings and they still see what's going on. I got to believe at some point, if the people, that's the thing, that the burden is on the people. If the people could just let the politicians know that it's okay to do something about this, then that tide would turn. So, I mean, I'm not going to reach out to the politicians. They're just going to do what they think they need to do to get reelected. But to the people that are on the other side that have really been championing, less restrictions, and those are the people that I appeal to. Those people, I'm like, please, look, you're a responsible gun owner, but not everybody's responsible. We need to do something to try to limit the irresponsible people having control of these high-powered, weapons of destruction.
Yeah. In other words, you're not trying to get rid of the guns. We just try to make it a little bit, not as easy to have access to them. That's what it is, basically.
And especially for certain people. I mean, if you're on YouTube or Facebook cutting up and threatening people and stuff like that, these are signs. This is showing to us that you're not demonstrating the type of integrity that you need to have access to a high-powered, assault rifle type thing. I mean, it's one thing to have a pistol, but an assault rifle is going to allow an individual do so much damage that, they just otherwise couldn't do. That's the problem. You can't give an unstable person that type of firepower to do that type of damage.
Yeah. Well, that takes us to our next topic. So, because when politicians start speaking up on it, you get a result like you had in Tennessee, which is something unprecedented, I think, in a sense, because they were speaking up about gun violence and everything, and they actually got expelled from the Tennessee representatives for a hot second. I think they got reinstated, but you want to speak on that? Because that's your home state?
Hey, I'm glad they recovered. That was definitely dropping the ball there. But and I said it before, that we knew that technically the people elect those people. So even if you have some type of mean for kicking somebody off, the machine still has to send a representative there, and it was highly likely they were going to send the same people back. So I'm just glad that those two brothers are back in, and we got exposed to the fact that it was very intriguing that those two brothers are the ones that did make it past that voting, but the white lady stayed on. But Do you have anything to say about that, First Lady?
No, I'm just glad Justin and Justin got justice and they voted them back in.
So hey, so every now and then Tennessee gets it right. So
Every now and then, right?
Well, two wrongs don't make a right, but I'm just saying.
But Thomas get hit every time there's something to do with Tennessee. Poor
Every
thing.
time, man. Every time, man. Every time. That's cool. That's cool. Still repping my home state, still holding down my Tennessee Titans, and hopefully they get it together for this off season. We'll see how that plays out. But so what's our next topic in the news?
So we want to talk about the young lady Shanquilla Robinson that was killed out there in Mexico by her so-called friends, and how the United States says they have no jurisdiction over there, or they're not going. They don't have enough evidence to do anything for prosecution over there, so they really have no recourse in this. It seems. How you feel about that, First Lady?
It's sad. I understand by being a different country. It's just sad because of what's on video tape. It's like somebody should take action. If the U.S. can't do it, at least in Mexico, they should have called them back and arrested them there, had them do their time there, whatever. They just shouldn't be free.
I mean, just think about that. They're saying that they don't have enough evidence. So this person died of blunt trauma. You see a video of a blunt trauma, violent situation. I mean, it's really not hard to connect the dots. I'm surprised that the argument is that they don't have enough evidence, because I don't think they're actually, they're not hiding behind a jurisdiction issue. They're saying that they actually don't have enough evidence, which is mind blowing. But
Right.
but my position is that, look, whether they get you or I get you, you're still gonna get got. All this means is that I'm gonna have access to you sooner. So I mean, it's under no way would I let this fly. I trust you with my family member, and you violate like that, you are going to have to see me. And the way that this plays out, looks like you'll be seeing me sooner. So we'll see how you are about evidence after that plays out. But not that I condone that type of stuff, but I'm just saying.
But he's just saying.
I'm just saying. So our next topic, our next in the news item.
Well, I don't know much about this, but I heard the Dollar Tree founder has been found dead or died. Or
Yeah, I believe he's 85 years old. I apologize that I don't have his name offhand, but 85 is a pretty full life. But we mention it because we know in the Black community, the Dollar Tree is something serious. So so condolences to his family, and shout out to Dollar Tree.
And anything you want to say about that, First Lady?
No, just get my condolences. My condolences. First Lady doesn't have a whole lot to say because her voice is shot.
Yeah, well,
And
hey,
also,
you know what? We do appreciate you being here and sticking through under the circumstances, especially us already being two brothers down. But we're powering through.
Right.
So this episode is going to be a little freestyling.
we still need your voice, even though it's not as strong as it usually is. But it's still there.
I
We
appreciate
appreciate
it.
you.
My voice.
It sounds like alfalfa or Peter Brady. But so,
And rest in peace to the Dollar Tree at the same time, because it's now like the $2 tree.
Oh, wow.
For real,
And then-
you can't stay $1 forever.
And then moving on, we're going to talk about the nasty Dalai Lama. Ugh.
The dirty Dalai Lama.
He can't be dirty. He's just nasty. He's just downright nasty.
So this is supposed to be, a big spiritual leader. This is one of those figures that transcends cultures that, we look to, sort of like Mother Teresa type figure, a sage, wise person. And this was a terrible hiccup. This person, Dalai Lama, was in a situation where a young man, a young boy, he gave him a kiss on the lips, which, that's like a cultural thing. And that's maybe, like out here, that's a little funny, but, in some cultures, it kind of is what it is. That's not the bad thing. What's really bad thing, after he kissed the little boy, he asked him to suck on his tongue. Now, they said that, look, the Dalai Lama is somewhat of a jokester and he plays around, and he's not scared about doing this on video, and they got it on video. But this is like a super violation to me. I mean, it's just, sucking on his tongue.
Okay,
This
you
is a
said
kid.
like in some cultures, it's two cultures I can think. Well, maybe just one culture I can think of that accepts that. Pedophiles. Grown ass man telling a young boy to kiss you in the lips and then suck on your tongue. Man, look. I wouldn't even say the gay culture, because if they doing, two grown men do what they do, that's one thing. But when you going down to a child, come on now. I mean,
And that's the thing. It's
yeah.
a child. It's protecting the children. And I don't see how this is not a sexual thing. This is not like, I mean, sucking on somebody's tongue. It's absolutely sexual. I just, it's perverse and sexual, especially coming from an older man and a child, a boy.
Sexual.
What's your take on that, First Lady?
I don't see anything joking about that, Like I said, I look at that as some Chester the molester type of stuff. And I don't care what culture you are. No adult should be kissing a kid in the mouth, especially male on male, and to ask a child to suck on your tongue, that's not no joking. It's totally inappropriate. There's no excuse for that one at all. I don't care what anyone says. Forget about that joke and stuff. That's not joking. If he said it, meant it, that's what he wanted. Just like he wanted that kiss. So the kiss wasn't good enough, so he wanted a wet kiss. So
And for those
I
people,
don't approve of it.
and those people that's coming up and defending this, shame on you too. It's no excuse for this.
Yeah, and he apologized for it, but
That's
again,
good.
it came from a dark place. I mean, it came from some place real for it to even happen. Because, like I said, there's no freestyle, there's no nothing where this just comes out of my mouth or anything like that. So, I mean, it's disturbing, and this is supposed to be a spiritual leader. So, and it makes me wonder. I don't know if they have to abstain like these priests do, which I always say that I think is, it's probably sort of like causing festering of sexual tension and stuff like that. That's why, I don't support that type of stuff. You let human beings do human beings and get that stuff out their system so that they can function regularly.
And let me say one more thing too. For him to apologize, that's like admitting that you did something wrong, because you apologize for two reasons: because you did wrong, or you don't want to face the consequences. Simple as that. So
For
either
me,
way,
for him to do something like that in daylight and where everyone can see, it just makes me wonder what have he done in the dark to children.
real talk.
That's just my honest thought on that. Like, if you could just do that openly and act like it's joking and kiss in the mouth, I just wonder what has happened or if anything has happened with other children where no one has seen it.
And at the same time, it makes you think about the Catholic Church, their scandal, their sexual scandal. It's kind of like the same thing. This stuff has been handed down for generations, in my opinion.
And my thing about them, this is their own self-induced,
Controversial.
abstaining. This is like nowhere in the scriptures. This is basically their own cultural thing. So they're sort of like making these nuns and priests, celibate and unnaturally so. If we talk about Jesus, where he talked about, he's like, look, if this is something that's your passion, this is where you're at, this whatever. But if you burn with the fire, you better go ahead and do that thing. So I mean, just be natural. And when you restrict nature, more deviations play out. So that's kind of the thing. So but we still got some in the news. Still got some in the news material still going on before we get in. Oh boy. This leaked government document situation. So check this out. We have this military person, and he wasn't even like a high up. I mean, he's only 21 years old, but he had some type of access to these special confidential documents, these government secrets. And he was in some group, some video game sort of like chat group.
Discord.
And he was transcribing stuff before, but then it just got too tedious to do that. And he just started taking screenshots. So, I mean, he was just sharing this stuff, just and they're talking about how they have love for God, love for guns, and sharing all these secrets, and they're talking about some of the people that were in this chat group were like Russian nationals. So there's type of issues that are the exposure that's going on here, and it just makes you wonder what made this person think that this wasn't, first of all, very dangerous, because you don't know who you're talking with on any chat. That's the thing about the internet. You have interactions after a fashion, but you don't know how you're being catfished. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship that you can be catfished on. You can be catfished for just military secrets like this fool. So, and he's probably going to be going away for a very long time. I mean, it's just,
yeah, he's facing 15 years, I believe.
It's
here's my question. How the hell did he get his hands on this stuff so he can actually make copies and transmit it and everything? How did he get out the government facilities? How did he do all this?
Yeah. How are you able to even take your phone into a place that's sensitive type situation? You go to Jeter's house, he makes you stick your phone in the basket before you walk in. You telling me the government is just letting you walk in with your recording, photograph device? You can't even do that in the courthouse.
This was high level, very sensitive information. Didn't Trump just get in trouble for this type of stuff? And Biden, the same thing. But the difference is he went to jail.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Maybe that other guy's, fingers crossed. Which
one? Biden?
Not Biden. Well, hey, with Biden's type of situation, he didn't try to hide it. This is a function of, you got to understand, when the president, when you're like a boss, you're not the one that's like necessarily lifting and moving stuff. You've got all type of people under you, so the responsibility comes back to you, but you're a coordinator. So when something comes out, now you have to, okay, now we need to investigate. So when it came out, he was like, look for everything, turn over every stone, return it. That's what he did. Trump was a completely different situation. With Trump, they were like, look, we're missing some stuff and we're pretty sure you have it. And he was like, well,
maybe I don't. I mean, if I do, it was mine anyway. So.
Yeah, and then he goes like, it's mine anyways. I have the rights to this stuff. So I mean, they subpoenaed it. He resisted giving it back. That was the big issue with him. So that's where you get into the obstruction, because it was absolutely inappropriate for him to have these things. And when they let you know that, inform you of that, and he's still going on talk shows to this day talking about, I didn't do anything wrong. It's my right, and he says I do it again. Hannity's trying to steer him in this interview, and he's basically incriminating himself live. So, I mean, allegedly they have him on video hiding even more stuff. So he still has some stuff. So that's where he's got some real exposure.
It's also one more difference too. Trump doesn't do any text, emails, and stuff like that on the computer and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure he bragged and showed some people those documents.
Well, we know he tweets. That's one thing he does. He's a mad tweeter.
That's like a one-way communication, though.
You got anything to say about that, First Lady?
Nah, I don't have much attention to give to the attention seeker today.
Yeah, he's the super attention seeker, so
I think that's it for in the news. So y'all want to get to the nitty-gritty? So
now we're getting into the big stuff. So we're going to talk about this.
The big stuff, huh? Okay.
Yeah, the big stuff, big stuff. No pun intended.
Yeah, right.
She's not as big as before. Hey, but first of all, I thought she looked great in that. She was rocking that dress. She looked good to me.
She's a beautiful woman.
So Monique, she got her stand up. She fought for it. She felt like she was lowball before, and I'll say this, I wasn't going to join into her protest before because I felt like, look, that's a business. Whatever they offer you, they offer you. You don't got to take it. If you want to negotiate, you negotiate. If you don't like it, you step. That's kind of the nature of it. But it's not their responsibility to give you, a great offer. And I'll say this: she fought, and she got it. she got the bag. She not only got her Netflix special, she got, substantially more money, and so I salute that. The bottom line is she achieved her goal. She did it. So I applaud her for standing up. Now, I'm not going to dominate the discussion, but I do want to set a little bit of the table on this thing. I saw a lot of comments. I watched the special, and a lot of people felt like it wasn't very funny. And I'll say this: I didn't find it as much of a comic stand-up performance. But in all due respect, she put a disclosure out there. She said, "Look, after this show, you're gonna know exactly who I am and where I'm coming from." And I felt like she just used this as an opportunity to clarify that. So it was the fact that there were humorous moments, but for the most part, it was a narrative of her backstory and showing you where she comes from and why she fights. And I was okay with that. To me, it reminded me of Kevin Smith. He does this thing called Evening with Kevin Smith. He's not a comedian, but he basically tells real stories, and there are comic moments, and that's kind of what she did. So it wasn't really like a stand-up comedy like I would tend to think, and I'm not going to say that, but I mean, I felt like I got what she was trying to do, and I do think she achieved it. So that's my take on it. What's your take on it, First Lady?
My take on it is, it was not comical at all to me. And yes, she did look beautiful. She did have a nice dress on, but all of that killed it with that N word. She used that N word more times than Master did. Um, the cussing, it was just too much for me. I personally have an issue with seeing women out there like that, especially when you dress, you know, supposed to be dressed like a lady, but you got all this foul language coming out your mouth. I get that she's a comedian, but it was very disturbing to me, and especially when we don't even like being called the N word. So to hear somebody that want to go out there and talk about people wearing bonnets on their heads and slippers and stuff, but then you get on stage and you sitting up there using the N word and using all this profanity like that, but you want to talk to the youngsters about how to act like a lady, and you know, yeah, it was like I was not feeling her on that part at all. Yeah, she did want everybody to know who Monique was, and then I think she wanted to know let people know that she was secretly in the closet and didn't know how to come out either.
Yeah. So what you guys say about that, El Poo?
She also used FUQ a whole lot too, a whole lot. But
Hmm.
she also, but one of the first things she said was, "I was a special education student." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, I get why you saying FUQ so much, and igga igga igga, and everything else." Because the thing that killed me about it, that really turned me off, really. I mean, every other sentence, not even every other sentence, almost every sentence she cussed, just kept on cussing, kept on cussing. She was letting
That's
us know who
right.
she was and everything, but it was just way too profane. I mean, and I usually don't really trip off that, but this time it was just a little too much, though. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of
Right.
comedians do a lot of cussing, but not as much as she cussed more. She said FUQ more than I heard Samuel L. Jackson in all his movies.
She
Real talk.
cussed more than Richard Pryor.
you know,
Like, I
no, I
go
was
ahead.
saying, no, I'm saying it's that I will say this. I always feel like I try not to cuss, just because I feel like, cussing is it's kind of it's not putting your best foot forward. If there are times when cussing, it conveys the emotion in a way that no other word does. So I think there's a time and place for it, but I try to temper my doing that out in public, and even online. I just stay away from it, because I do think it sort of like takes away from presenting yourself in an intelligent manner. When I'm around kids, they curse a lot, and to me, that's it shows an example of their immaturity. So I mean, it is a turn off to me. Now with comedians, I kind of expect it, but this was a situation where I felt like she was being cathartic. She was kind of giving you a heart to heart, and maybe that was less of a forum to be cursing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I hear what both of you are saying on that. Another thing she did talk about that, I do take a little bit of issue with. And she was talking about, one thing she tapped into the queer community, and that is, that's definitely good from in the entertainment industry, because that'll definitely get you support there. And I don't mean that it was a political or a non-genuine type of thing, but that's one of the few forums that you won't be as persecuted as much as you are in other places if you're queer. But she talked about how the church has been oppressing you and all this other stuff. And one thing that I take issue with these type of things is like, look, the church has only been in existence for so long as you understand it. I mean, you talk about Christianity, because there was a whole culture, the Hebrew culture before that. And I mean, the fact of the matter is, a lot of these cultures have had those sort of like positions on sort of like homosexuality and heterosexuality. They didn't invent it. You know what I'm saying? This was a standard in many cultures before. So it was really sort of like a norm that was grown out of. So I mean, when you talk about the oppression, I mean, again, this was not something that Christianity created and has created a problem for the queer community. This is sort of like a natural dynamic of humanity that sort of like push back against them. But I am one of those people to say that I do think it is a natural evolution, because it's going to help us deal with population. It's going to help create families, possibilities for orphans. I just believe that humanity can be served by this community, and they're part of the community, they're part of humanities. I'm going to embrace them on that level, but I don't embrace that narrative where they get to redefine normal or redefine what's wrong and what's right. I mess with tolerance. We can do tolerance, but don't just go attacking my beliefs and my faith just because you have a different position. It's okay to disagree, but you're not going to victimize me. That's where we're not going to function well with. We're not going to ally on that point. You understand what I'm saying?
No, because I don't think you should be feeling like a victim because of somebody else's opinion, brother. That's all I say.
No. If they're saying that you're wrong, you're an oppressor because of your opinion. Like, let's say if they're saying that the way that they're, if when you talk about normal and I get that, when if I was of a particular community that was sort of like diverse, and you're like, look, I don't want to be considered as an outlier. I just want to be part of the community. So when they talk about what is normal, but we understand that biologically heterosexuals are the ones that reproduce. Homosexuals do not reproduce. So you talk about a natural dynamic. So it's not a knock on a person to say that, look, you are biologically configured to birth children. And some of us would describe that as a woman. Some would describe that as a cis female. Some people would, notwithstanding that biological arrangement or assignment at birth, they will take on a different position, and what they identify with life. And they're grown up. That's their call to make. But they don't get to define what I consider to be a woman. They get to define what they consider to be a woman. So when I talk about victimizing, when they basically reduce my belief to savagery, that's when I take an issue. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
In a sense, but still in all, I don't care what people define themselves as, but one thing is for sure, you are born and you have a gender. When you were born, you can do whatever you want to, after that, your belief system can be wherever it is, but you still are what you are. No matter what you believe, you still are what you are. Male, female, whatever. But again, you can be a male, consider yourself a female. Female, consider yourself a male. You can consider yourself an asexual or a Michael Jackson or wherever you want to be, but still you are what you are. I mean, your opinion. Hey, I'm a black man. People consider me a nigga. Oh well.
I get that. First lady, you look like you about to say something about that. I'm gonna let you.
Oh, nothing. I done said all I have to say. I'm just waiting on you to do your shout outs and things and go on to the next topic. I'm letting y'all have it out. Saving my voice for the good stuff.
Before we pivot to that, I do want to clarify. Look, I respect the concept of what you're born as and what you identify with. So to me, I feel like what they identify with is still legit and real. I don't think it's manufactured. I think you are what you see you are. I always liken that unto a situation where, you know, you're a Christian family and your child decides to become a Muslim and they change the name that you gave them. So, you know, you're thinking your mama named him Cassius, but, you know, now he's Muhammad Ali. And to me, I'm going to respect my child and call him Muhammad Ali. And for that same note, to me, if you identify with as a woman, I'm gonna treat you like a woman. I'm gonna refer to you as a woman. But, you know, there are gonna be boundaries with which, you know, I interact with that womanry, because again, I would not have a relationship with a person who was not biologically, you know, what I identify with, and that's absolutely because of, you know, sort of like my religious cultural background. But again, I'm still supporting everybody's grown-ups, individuals' decisions to do what they do. So I still support the queer community and their independence and their ability to govern and to basically function in the community and not be oppressed.
I understand.
So,
and like
on that,
okay. Well, hold on. Before we move on and transition, let me just say one thing. Well, two things. Number one, I respect your opinion. It doesn't offend me. Number one, and number two, my son. If I had a son, I don't care if he wanted to be treated like a woman. He's not going to be treated like a woman by me. That's all I got to say. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on.
Fair enough. So now let's get on to the shout out. So shout outs, I'll be taking over the shout outs today because our normal shout out people are missing. But shout out to La Brea Trucking, you know, Kilo 2 Music, the Rough Riders, Muhammad Meats. I'm not going to say that other thing because, you know,
Pause.
Better than now. See, he said it, so it said. Homies Way Car Club, shout out JC. You know, Wakusu, that's Wake Up, Clean Up, Stand Up. Tunnel Vision, Toppy Wappy. You know, our brother who gave us our highest acclaimed show, Buddy Bud, shout out. You need to come back on, brother. And I always shout out, well, not always, but I like to shout out gobealive.org. Some black honey, so it's some good stuff. So go ahead and we appreciate that. And on that note, you know, we want to shout out all the viewers, you know, live and on replay. You know, we thank you. Like, subscribe, you know, ding, all that stuff, you know, and share. It's very important to share. But the bottom line is, don't worry about if you didn't catch us live. You know, most of our viewership doesn't happen live. It works on replay. So that's the main thing. So and also where you look at it is it's more important to look at it on YouTube. But you know, get it how you can, you know, and we appreciate it.
Sir. And just since we done with that, right?
We done with that, brother.
So La Brea Trucking had a comment on the last topic. He said, I respect the community, but I can't support it. Well said.
And when I talk about supported, this is kind of important, you know, and I appreciate that, brother, because you know this when I say supported, I mean I support it from the concept of that I don't think that you should be denied the ability to rent an apartment. I don't think that you should be denied a job. I don't think that people should not serve you because of these are the type of things that I'm talking about. You know, that type of discrimination. You know, we all have to live in the same space. So we should all have fundamental things. But as far as you determining what should be the norm and right on TV, no, obviously we have a conflict there. And that's why when I talk about I support tolerance, I don't support them rewriting saying like this is natural and this is normal. It's okay for you to say that you think that that's natural and normal. I don't necessarily believe that. And I may be right. You may be right. So let's agree to disagree. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't think he was talking to you personally. I think he was just putting.
Oh, no. I wasn't to be defensive.
Don't get offended by people's opinions, brother.
Okay. No. I was supporting exactly what it's saying. I'm just telling it when I say that I support it, I'm just saying I want to clarify what my support has boundaries. So there's certain stuff that I don't support. That's why, you know, for example, I don't support, you know, like say on the Flash TV show, they made Mr. Terrific gay. So to me, I take issue with that. You know, this is like a black superhero, you know, that like, you know, a great black superhero. And it's like you want to tokenize him like, oh, you know, hey, I got an idea. Let's make the black superhero gay. No, there's gay superheroes. Go get you a gay superhero. Don't just make the black guy on a show gay. That's the type of stuff I don't support. So that's why I'm saying I wasn't saying it to be defensive against you, and I definitely wasn't being defensive against my brother La Brea Trucking. When I'm just saying that although I'm an ally of a fashion, it comes to a line because again, I culturally come from a different place. So,
You see,
and so, I'm just saying that, yes, I believe in tolerance. And tolerance is what we should be working on. We should not be what we should not be trying to do is redefine everybody else's others' beliefs. It's okay to disagree with our beliefs as long as we treat each other with respect. So that's what I'm talking about.
Real talk, real talk.
So now we are going to talk. So pivoting to the next subject is should older men date younger women? Now, I will say that it was funny, like in high school, all the older guys were stealing up our females, you know what I'm saying? Because, the females, the young misses was going after more mature guys who had something. So that was understandable. But it is a little bit of turnabout as fair play when you're an older cat, with your younger wife as opposed to the peers that you grew up with. So look, I'll say this. As a grown up, if you can identify with someone, sorry, I shouldn't say identify. If you can connect with somebody, you both can have a functional relationship. That's really the criteria. It shouldn't be an issue of the fact that you're older and that person's younger. I definitely don't believe in hunting out younger people. I mean, me personally, I couldn't have a quality conversation with a certain person of a certain young age. That's just there's no way we're gonna function. So that's not a relationship that I would ever, seek out. But that's where I'm coming from. What's your take on it, First Lady?
um, I think there should be some boundaries as far as the age limit. Like, I wouldn't want my daughter dating somebody that's old enough to be her daddy. I really wouldn't, and I wouldn't want my son dating a woman that's old enough to be his mother. Yeah, yeah, that's just really all I have to say about it. Like, it's like, what can someone the age of your child do for you or teach you? Like, you won't feel like you're dating your child. No, I'm just not for it. So, no, I think when an older man is dating younger women, it's just so they can have control and manipulate them. It's bad enough men already try to manipulate women, period. But yeah, I think that's really the whole purpose of older men dating younger women so they can control them and have them move to their beat.
I think there's something there. I mean, they don't even deny it. They'll say look, I don't want a woman that's all messed up with all these life experiences, whatever. I'm gonna shape her and fashion her to where I want to get. So I get that, but what's your take on it, brother?
I think Gail King asked R. Kelly this question in a different way. She said, is it okay to date teenagers or something like that? And he started shaking and said, when you say teenagers, how young do you talking about? But yeah, I mean, yeah, it should be a limit to it because same thing Lady J just said. I wouldn't want my daughter dating a guy my age. And I would feel stupid dating a girl at my daughter's age. It's like, uh, say I married a woman that was the same age as my daughter. How would my daughter look at this? How could she respect this woman? She can't say this is my stepmother. What's she gonna say? This is
Right.
my father's playmate. I knew this girl in elementary school. I didn't like her. But the reason why older men do this, it's mostly because of control. I think number one, it's probably because they want a woman that's a little bit more pure in the sense that doesn't have so much mileage on them. And it might be because of control. I don't. Hey, it's different reasons, different strokes for different folks.
Mhm.
But most of the time, it seems like a woman will choose an older man. It just seems like it's like that naturally. Like you said, when we was going through school, even in junior high school, you had girls that was messing with dudes in high school and probably even older than that. It's just been something that's been happening. And then we always been told all my life that women mature faster than men. Mentally, they do. They have to because they have to, strengthen up because you got all kinds of old dudes, trying to hit on little young girls all the time anyway, you know. So it's just the fact of what it is. Hey, I done dated older and younger, my same age. To me, it really don't matter. But the thing is, being as I got older, I understood. I had tried to date a younger girl once. This was years and years ago, and she was messing with my computer and going through my music, and she came across SWV and said, "Oh, you got some old school." I said, "What?" I knew I was out of my league at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, it is where it is, bro.
And another problem that I have an issue with is that I always think about this. If you guys are just a rental, if you're just like now, you know what I'm saying, boyfriend and girlfriend, then it's kind of like whatever. You guys are intersecting at this moment. But if you're trying to have a real relationship, I always think about, you're going to end up with a senior citizen a whole lot sooner than you probably should be. And I wouldn't want to necessarily be having this younger wife and I'm this older dude that's being taken care of, just her life now being basically taking care of old me. I mean, that's why, I'd have some type of limits. I mean, I always felt like my baby sister is 8 years younger than me. She was always the great border. I was like, I will not date anybody younger than my sister.
Looking at her friends, huh?
And it's funny because, when I was in high school, I had an older girlfriend who was like, 7 years older than me. So you can tell me nothing in high school, you know what I'm saying? And then, I ended up marrying someone who's 7 years younger than me. And, that's like the extreme of that type of situation. But
it's the balance.
I mean, there's something to be said about, a person that can relate and talk about things that you know about. Because, when you talk about the TV shows that you grew up watching, it's just, it's really going to expose itself. So, that's my position on that. But, another thing is that I really don't like the concept of, the position of, like, when we talk about Brother Samuels, who's talking about, getting you a young woman and all this other stuff. And, to me, it's like a older woman is kind of like, you damaged goods and stuff like that. There's still relationship to be had there. I'm not trying to just cast away the mature and grown and developed, thing as opposed to thing that you're trying to get to someplace. So, at the end of the day, it should be about how you connect to somebody. It should not be about their age. And it also shouldn't be about whether they have children or not, which is kind of the next situation. Because some people will talk about, look, I don't want to date nobody with no kids. I don't want my child dating anybody with kids and stuff like that. And to me, I think, look, kids are an opportunity for you to take a family that may or not be whole and to make it whole. And at the end of the day, if you can create a whole Black family by your interaction with that situation, then that's a positive thing. So
we might as well just go into the next topic then, since you go.
Well, that was literally my whole transition there, brother. I was trying to get you to where I was going. So that having said, what's your take on that, Pooh?
Hey, I done it. I was dating an older woman. She had actually 4 kids. I didn't plan on being there long, but it ended up happening. And, I ended up, really loving these kids and took them on as my own. And she actually had twins. So she actually had 6 kids by the end of the relationship. And they all were mine, as far as I was concerned, except that first one. She was bad as hell. She would. She cool now, but we went through it. And you know what? Those kids
scratched off that 666 on her forehead, and she's okay now.
She only got 2 of them now. So. But those kids respect me for that. They look at me as not their father, because they knew their father, but their father wasn't there, and I was there, and I took the role, and I was proud about that. And I did everything. Went to school. When they needed it. Made sure they did what they had to do. I was following them around in the streets, getting to know their friends, advising them on things they should and should not do. And I was a role model. I was showing them, not just telling them, I was showing them, this is what a man does. And like I say, they respect me to this day for that. And they even told me, all of them expressed, except my kids, they like, you just my daddy. It was like, you know what? I really respect everything that you did, because, you really, one of the boys, the older boy said, man, you really, showed me how to be a man. I remember a whole lot of things you had told me. I was like, well, tell me one of those things you told me. I told you. He said, man, one thing you told me that really stuck out was always look a man in his eyes when you're talking to him. That just hit me. I was like, damn, I kind of remember telling you that because, I used to talk to him and I'd tell him, look at me, look at me, look at me, as a man. And, he took that to heart. That's one of the things that he took. It's just for him to, tell me this a few years ago. It just made me feel like, yeah. And now he has a son that's growing up. That's a teenager now. And he's, showing him the same things. And the things that he showed him was the things that I showed him. And this is what it's all about, because we are responsible for all these children around here, whether they're yours or not. You are responsible. And any man that thinks less of that is not a man. Straight up.
Amen. Give yourself a horn, brother.
Horn high, you say, though.
First lady, what's your take on that?
I just feel like male or female, if you get in a relationship with someone, you have to accept the whole package. You can't just get in a relationship with a female or just get a relationship with a male. If they have children, you have to accept their children as well. It's a package deal for me. I know if I'm connecting with a man and I have children, he can't just accept me and not accept my children. I don't care, bad or not, L2. You know, accept the whole package or don't accept it at all. I don't have a problem with accepting somebody else's kids, even when they got crazy baby mamas or whatnot. My relationship is there for them and for the kids. If the baby mama want to act ignorant, she can be ignorant on her own terms. I'm not gonna harm her children. So I can definitely accept children because I have to accept that father.
Let me just straighten up one thing though, Lady J. That first one, we did have our complications and everything, but even she came back and I had to stop this girl from apologizing to me every time she seen me. She was like, "I'm so sorry for all the stuff." I'm like, "Listen, girl, I'm over that. I know you was a child. It's okay. You good." You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Well, that shows that it took. And that's the thing about it. These are opportunities for you to show a strong male, a strong man in a situation where they may not have a lot of access to that. So that's why, I take issue. The people, they just want to sit there and find young virgins. And it's like, look, it's not an issue of that. It's a village. There's a lot of people out here. There's people already in the system. And this is what we want to try to do. So we want to make the world better. Not just our own situation. So, I support it. So you're not a simp. You know what I'm saying? Just be an example. You like you said, you are a role figure in everything that you do and in everybody that you're exposed to, and own it. Live up to it, embrace it, and you never know what little lesson, little nugget you give to somebody else that really sticks. They'll always come up and say, "Man, is that one thing that really stuck to you?" And be that inspiration. So don't be worrying about simping or any of that other stuff. You connect with somebody, you connect with them. They got children, you connect and you look out for them because it is a village. It takes a village, and we all in this together. And if you're in that village, you might want to learn how to cook.
Yeah.
Well,
the reason why is because a whole lot of these women nowadays don't know how to cook.
That's true. They don't cook, they don't clean. So yeah, I'm of the firm belief that everybody should learn how to cook, but definitely men. Men, you should learn how to get down for the same reason we talked about before. It's not just health. It's not just it's an opportunity to fellowship with your family, but it's an opportunity to instill practices going forward that will help them develop responsibly and healthy and it'll give some utensils for when they're trying to attract that mate, because if you can get down, that's all it is, just add to your game. So what you got to say about that, First Lady?
I feel like men should know how to cook because if I get sick and I'm bedridden, I want to be able to eat and not no fast food.
100%. Yeah. I don't cook as much as I used to because my lady likes to cook a lot. But you're right. When she's sick, I'll get in that kitchen and throw down. I will. In fact, the
Right.
way I caught her, the way I catch women nowadays, well, now not nowadays. I ain't doing no hard.
Did you just you gotta watch what you're saying, okay?
It goes down in the DM.
Especially from what I've been getting ready to say. But I used to cook for women. They come over, I cook them nice steak dinner and everything, potatoes and the size and everything. They'd be like, you know how to cook? I'm like, yeah, I sure do. Do you? If they don't, they might not stay around. So it is what it is.
Yeah, so no, that I'm telling you, it is a tool to have in the shed. So get that.
But seriously, should
Right.
men cook? Should men actually cook as much as women?
They don't have to cook as much as women, but I think it's essential for men to know how to cook. I mean, some men are not in relationships. Some men are single. So what you gonna do? Just eat out all the time? Run to your mamas, your sisters? What? I don't think there's anything wrong with a man knowing how to cook.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. If my mama was around, I'd be running to her. I would. I ain't gonna lie. I'd run to her. I would.
If I lost my train of thought. I was about to say that you know, with the cooking type situation, or you talk about who should be cooking. When you have a dual income family, I think it's also a function of who's available at sort of like at that cooking time. I mean, if you're all eating together, then that's great. Then But I mean, for example, if she's working that shift where she's not really, or she's just now coming in, then and it's prime for the guy to do that. Then the guy should do that. I'm not going to just stick it to the male role. I mean, it's also going to be a function of who has the energy and who's available to cook at a good cooking time. But everybody should be cooking. It's just we should all be doing that. We should be eating out less, and we should be controlling our culinary fate.
So La Brea Trucking said cooking helped his son through college, and also his other two sons know how to save money by cooking instead of going to McDonald's. Yeah, that's more healthy too. Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what? My wife doesn't like me talking about her on the show unless she's on the show or whatever, saying anything. And I'll say this: my wife's a great cook, but when she cooks meals, they're not cheaper. We've had situations where, like, maybe it's Thanksgiving or whatever, people have went over. Maybe Thanksgiving is like a big one, but let's say a less big holiday where people coming over to eat, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be cheaper if we cater it. I always tell her she for some reason she overcooks. She cooks for us like there's only going to be so many people, and then she cooks for like about 3 or 4 or 5 times instead of just figuring out the recipe, downsizing the recipe. So sometimes they ain't saving the money.
Oh,
but it's good. But it's good.
Well,
so that will probably kind of at a wrapping it up type time. But I'll say this: we can just stick this in. Talking about some of this AI stuff. One thing about this AI usage, this chat GPT, it's doing a lot of stuff. It's not just only sort of like creating content, because people are using it to craft stories. People are using it to craft briefs. They did this chat thing where it passed the bar. And it's imperfect. That's the thing about computers. Computers are smart. Computers are not smart. They're fast. But they still don't quite understand things like we understand, so they're still a ways from that. But they're getting a whole lot closer. And then one of the things that these AI things are doing is they're doing homework. So now a lot of these teachers are sort of like trying to vet out what children are doing and what Chat GPT is doing, and it's kind of a problem. So we'll see how this stuff is going. But I mean, this is where the world is going, and I support it after a fashion, because I'm a person that I love Star Trek. So I love the fact that they can just go to the computer and ask the computer a question that you would ask a person, and that computer would give an answer like a person that was well informed was giving you that answer back. So I'm all for all that, but there's boundaries and limitations. We got to figure out how the way to do that where we don't take away from the kids doing the work that they need to do, or these other people whose jobs are reliant on doing the stuff that that everybody's trying to have machines do. Got anything to say about that?
Yeah, I got something to say. Watch out, ladies, because soon enough, AI is going to be able to cook, so you're going to be in trouble.
And it's gonna be actually having chats. They're actually using that stuff to actually have like real chats with people, so you don't have to chat with them. So anything to say about that, First Lady? You're muted. You're muted.
Oh, I didn't realize I was muted. I don't have anything to say about AI cooking. Now, everything else might have to watch out for AI with the cooking. Nah.
So we'll take this as an opportunity to wrap up. So look, we missed our brothers. Hopefully next week we'll have a full complement. And again, we appreciate you and thank you for tuning in. And ask that you like, you subscribe, you share, and you click that notification. And you spread the word, and if you're viewing, if you have the opportunity, we really prefer you to single out YouTube. That'll do the best for us. But we appreciate you and love you, and we'll holler at you next time. So thank you, Focus Up family. Peace.
Peace.